Hello, folks. Phil Gallagher here, joined by Reeplcheep, Curses expert, for a Legacy Curses stream. How are you doing today, Reeplcheep?
I'm doing really well, thanks.
All right. So the Curses deck has existed, for maybe about 2 years now?
Yeah, right around the start of COVID.
Yeah. And Reeplcheep has been probably the person who has put in the most effort in refining this archetype. And you'll probably notice some cards here that weren't in original iterations of the deck list. In case you aren't familiar with the general idea of curses, the deck is built around Curse of Misfortunes. At the beginning of your upkeep, you get to tutor for a curse and put it into play. And there's some really dumb, really strong curses that can kind of just absolutely obliterate what your opponent is doing or slowly bleed them to death. So this core portion of the deck has existed for a long time, but let's talk about some of the newer innovations. Reeplcheep, tell me about some of the new cards that have made their way into the deck in the past year or so.
Okay, so the first big change was sudden edict. The deck always had some flex removal slot like collective brutality or eliminate when Oko was around. But from Modern Horizons 2, sudden edict was perfect for the deck. Having a 2-drop that can't be dazed is basically like a 1-drop in a chalice deck. Basically an abrupt decay, but it's mono black and it also kills Merit Lage and Murktide Regent, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, this card has been so important for some of the like fringe playable black decks. I've really enjoyed this card in like Dead Guy Ale as well.
Yeah, I think for a lot of the non-blue decks right now, a lot of matches versus Delver go play Murktide, force whatever you do to kill it. So that sort of answers that. And then lastly, this is a little bit harder for me to do, to figure out. When Modern Horizon 2, I did try out Saga with a more all-in build with Vaulted Whispers and Mox Opals and a bigger package. But that just got you blown out by sideboard hate unnecessarily a lot, so I put it down for a bit. But then, as mentioned in the Everyday Eternal podcast this week, in decks like, if you're not Affinity, decks like Painter and stuff that can use it, if you have just a very minimal package, it's actually a really great plan B. So I tried it again with a smaller package of basically just Red Outfitter Foundry, and it's doing a lot of work. They replaced a few lands and the Helm of Obediences. Helm of Obedience is still a really good card in the deck, the main deck ones, but the fact that it can tap for mana is great. It's sort of a Crystal Vein kind of effect if you want, because you can tap it and float mana and then get a Chromox. And then it just being uncounterable is just so awesome versus blue decks. This deck is very weak to daze and Force of Will since you're jamming really expensive spells.
Yeah, generally speaking, I think that has been the biggest weakness of the decks that look like this. You know, you're often annoying enough to beat a lot of strategies, but the quick Delver starts are just horrifying when you are an Ancient Tomb deck. Having Sudden Edict as a way to just say, like, no, this thing is dead is so nice. And having Urza's Saga that can make some very respectable sized blockers without being countered helps too.
Yeah, so for example, against Delva, there's been very many games where the only counterable spell I've cast the entire game is a Chromox, and I won on like turn 4. So you just go Chromox, and if they don't force that, you play Saga. You play Saga, play a Chromox. If they don't force that, you just Edict their first threat, and then make 2 Saga tokens, and they're probably dead. And so that was just really awesome. The only other change is Sphere of Annihilation. It's a Karn-tutable board wipe, which is kind of cool. And also, Sphere Edict can be a little bit lackluster against go-wide decks, stuff like Psy or Death and Taxes. It also, the fact that it can kill a Saga to abort a Saga tokens or Calder Complete Germ for 1 mana is really nice. So I'm testing that out. I think it's
Yeah,
not amazing, but it takes flexibility.
Yeah, a lot of times you're looking to beat creature decks by assembling both Curse of Death's Hold and Overwhelming Splendor. And you can do that when the game goes long, but sometimes you need something to bridge you to that, which is why things like Plague Engineer and these spheres exist in the sideboard.
Yeah, a very important idea to this deck is that unlike red decks, you have the Leylands or main decks, so you have more space in the sideboard. So the deck is designed for decks against which Chalice and Transfer are bad. You can board them out completely for just a shit ton of removal.
All right, sounds great. Let's go ahead and hop into the league. If this is your first time to the channel, please consider subscribing for legacy, modern, and vintage content on the regular. And if you are a regular, please throw me a like or a comment. Those are the easiest ways to support my videos for free. And if you want to try this one out, the video as well as my donation information is always available in the video description. Let's battle. All right, round one, opening hand is a little bit awkward. We have the Overwhelming Splendor in hand. We do have access to 3 mana. We do have access to a turn 1 Chalice. What are your thoughts on this hand?
I think this is about equal to the sort of average 6, so it's a coin flip if you mulligan or not.
That's
I think it's not amazing, but it's not horrible either. You can, if you draw a land, you can just go Chalice, Transfer, Karn.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, this is a hand where if we get wastelanded, this hand is gonna be pretty rough because we'll probably get locked under our own Trinisphere. But like, we're on the play with a Chalice on 1. I lean slightly towards keeping, but it's close.
I would agree.
Okay.
I wouldn't fault people either way.
Yeah, I definitely think this one could go either way. And just while I'm talking about logistics of this league, just FYI for the viewers, because I have a guest on here, I am not going to be editing the dead time out of this video. That ends up being really complicated when you have multiple people talking. So we'll just kind of like banter as our opponents are doing stuff. Okay. Mountain is not terribly common these days. Probably means red prison or something of that ilk. Could be burn.
I think the play makes me think of burn, but could definitely be prison.
Yep, hard to say. We will, with almost certainty, find out in this next turn cycle.
Yeah.
We do have the combo of Dark Ritual, Chalice of the Void, unfortunately.
Greatness at any cost.
I mean, but if this game goes long, at some point we are playing against burn. Do we have anything real good in the sideboard for this? Not really.
No, this isn't a super common matchup. You might want to play Trinisphere just as a 3/3 blocker.
Yeah, I agree with that. Which is not a statement that you tend to say. It sucks a little bit to like effectively take 4 damage to play this Trinisphere, 2 off the Ancient Tomb, 2 off the trigger. But we've locked a lot of my opponent's spells from actually happening.
And if they don't have a third land, you just win.
Yep.
Which is not super common for burn.
I mean, there are worlds where like we'll plus on this Trinisphere, and then my Trinisphere will get blown up by like an exquisite firecraft or something, but outside of those worlds, we should be in pretty good shape.
Mm-hmm.
Our opponent is thinking a lot about something, and I'm not sure what that is. Okay. Cool.
So I think we go for the Lattice win here. Like just tick up until you have 6 mana.
Yep.
Lattice.
So luckily, Karn does not cost us life other than the Ancient Tomb-based life. All right, so we've got blockers. We're good.
An interesting rules thing is I think it doesn't really matter since burn doesn't play Cyclophact
Oh, so our opponent suspended a Rift Bolt. That is not going to work the way they want it to.
So
We just repeat the same line.
yeah, we're just hoping for any mana source. If we had like an insane amount of loyalty, you could get a Vault of Whispers there, but I think we're too you don't run out of loyalty there.
I don't think Burn is playing any way to get rid of a Chalice of the Void in game 1 currently. So
we also don't play 2 drops, so I'm not sure if it's worth it.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hold this. Yeah. So they now get the opportunity to try and cast this Rift Bolt. Oh, I bet this is what they were trying to figure out last turn. I bet they were trying to figure out, like, how this interaction worked. And I think they decided, I'm going to try it, and then I'll figure out how it works. Yeah, our burn opponent is going to discard. Yeah, this'll win us the game.
Yeah, I think Burn can't reasonably win against Fool's Wisdom.
All right.
Yeah, there's I was talking about new cards. Curse of Leeches is an interesting replacement for Curse of Fool's Wisdom. The same sort of life and keep thing. Not quite as strong, but it is really easily hard castable. Unfortunately, on Magic Online, it's completely bugged since day one, as I actually expect from Curses about by this point. So we're not playing. But definitely worth trying.
All right, so there goes that. That's fine. I'll go to 6. And now we get our first curse. Yes. So this is 2 life at a time?
Yeah, so maybe Cruel Reality would help first, because they got rid of the blocker.
It's a little tricky, because, like, Cruel Reality is worth 2 life this turn. And it takes the Eidolon off the battlefield. I think we take Cruel Reality first.
Yeah, the drawing the land for the interest rate is rough. I think it's our best option.
Okay.
Oh well, we could just jam Lattice now. We die
To Fire Blast.
Are we beating Fire Blast anyway? Yes, if they have any non 1-drop in their hand, we lose to Fire Blast anyways. If they do have a non 1-drop, we're dead to Fire Blast.
So we can just grab Liquimetal Coating and port them, and that'll stop a Rift Bolt or an Exquisite Firecraft from going to our dome for a turn.
Yeah, the Fool's Wisdom is a draw strip trigger, so it will be after the falls on suspense.
Yeah, I think I'm going to grab Coating.
That also takes 2. I don't think.
Oh, yeah, that does take 2. That's no good.
We can Helm and try and like Luxac a mill for 1. But that's not a particularly good thing.
I could also just, like, minus, pick up Vault of Whispers, make a land drop that way, and then we can minus again next turn and grab Lattice without taking any damage.
Well, I think that's probably fine.
Yeah, let's do that.
Saves 2 life, and they only really they draw like second land plus Fireblast or something.
Yes. Grab Vault of Whispers. Actually, and this allows me to play Chalice on 2 as well. Yeah, because that's CMC 4.
Yeah, no. Good play. I don't know. I guess another Eidolon is the big.
Yeah, the Searing Blaze sort of effects aren't really common right now. I'm not expecting any of that.
Yeah, and most of them require a creature to target it. Do we have another Rift Bolt plus Fire?
Okay, cool.
So probably winning the game. I think that was good piloting though to take away some HP.
Yeah, okay, we shut off Price of Progress by playing the Chalice on 2. That's one of the big things that we did.
Yeah, I was like, we're dead to Price of Progress anyways. I didn't do.
All right, so here's our lattice, and we'll see if my opponent has instance. Okay, yeah, they're just dead then.
Technically, since they killed the True Sphere, we can die to Mountain Double Fire Blast. So that.
Oh.
But that is probably, seeing we're not dead already, that's pretty unlikely. But
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this brings us up to 8. Okay. Yeah. Nice. All right. I imagine we're probably not sideboarding much here, right?
Yeah. The only question is, do we think Karn is too slow or
not? In a lot of circumstances, it is.
Yeah. So the only consideration would be just board out Karn for Helm and some more removal. That would be.
Or like Helm and 3 Plague Engineers or something.
Yeah. But otherwise, yeah, we have removal and we have Chalices and True Spheres. Definitely with their sort of smash, they usually have lots of smashes in the sideboard. So game 2 and game 3 are definitely quite a bit harder than game 1. But I think that's the best configuration.
Okay. This sounds good to me. Is there any consideration for like boarding in a Vault of Whispers just as another land over like an Ancient Tomb or something, since that hurts us? Or do we just need the mana that badly?
I think it's probably Ancient Tombs, at least with Urborg in the deck, is right.
Okay.
But
wanted
argument for that. We just want to get Fool's Wisdom into play as fast as possible. So.
Okay. This is sort of a weird one.
This wins if they keep a lot of artifact hate, but otherwise it's kind of rough. Move their first thing on turn 2, probably kill 8. And I don't think the Naked Saga.
I think I want to mulligan this hand and try to find like a Chalice or Trinisphere hand, or like these entering tapped is kind of slow. Like the City of Traders plus Urza Saga Start can be powerful, but I don't know that it's good enough. Like I don't know that I love this hand.
Yeah, I would know.
That has no land. Well, yeah, okay, it has 1 land, but not enough.
Yeah, I don't keep landers if I
can. Whereas this hand is pretty actively good.
Yeah, we're gonna ditch the ley line. We only have 1 helm. It's not the end of the world.
I think we pitch 1 edict here.
Yeah, if you.
Yeah, I just think we can't board. We can't get rid of any of these 3 cards on the right, and I think we also just need the black source.
Only question is, do we think Tomb Chalice is worth it right away?
I'm gonna assume that Tomb Chalice is worth it.
Yeah, I think if it isn't, we came here with the wrong deck. So.
Yeah, like this can just get smashed and then we can end up pretty far behind, but like on the times where this doesn't get smashed, this is netting us at least 1 life, if not more.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, that is insane. What a draw.
Oh man. That.
So now we essentially save 1 life on this Rift Bolt for playing the Trinisphere.
Mm-hmm. And it keeps our Chalice alive for a lot longer.
Yep.
And now we just Make Saga tokens and hope it kills them before they kill.
Yeah, it's gonna be dicey because like we're gonna deal a lot to ourselves with Ancient Tomb.
I would, yeah, play Hagra. Not matter, but in case we can save life in the future.
Yeah, these Urza Saga tokens are going to. Oh yeah, okay. I mean, sometimes you get a free one because your opponent can't cast any spells.
Yeah. Not too many decks playing Twinsphere right now, so.
All right, I do believe it is worth the life to make this other construct, right?
Oh yeah, I'd say it's gonna cut the clock by a ton. So yeah, so Helm does give you free wins, the main deck Helms, but you can see here Saga being a mana source is what's so important.
All right, just grab Retrofitter Foundry.
Yes, we'll activate it if it doesn't cost us life, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Well, we're gonna Chrome Mox, so that is gonna happen.
Okay, yeah, I think Chromox and imprint Cruel Reality makes sense.
Oh right,
Servo.
the Trinisphere.
It does save us life next turn and does so. I'm not sure. Yeah.
So this would be an attack for 6, putting our opponent to 14, and then next turn we make a servo and it's lethal. Yeah, I think this is fine.
Yeah, and also like you were going to lose life anyways if you didn't draw a land exactly next turn. So.
Yeah, so we'll imprint the thing we weren't gonna draw. Dome our opponent for 6.
And we really hope that they're not running Meltdown.
So the thing that beats us is land into Smash to Smithereens plus Fire Blast. It has to be exactly those 3 cards, or yeah, nope. Yep, okay. GG's. All right, round 2. This hand looks like a very easy keep to me. It is just incredibly strong. We have a Chalice on 1, and we have a Karn on turn 2.
Yep, as you can see from the NCD Invitational, turn 2 Karn is usually good enough against Death and Deck. So I would just keep it.
All right.
That's what the Orion means.
Yep. I'll just pop that out. Do I just want to Chrome Mox imprint Hagra Mauling right now? Or do I want to wait a turn?
I think it's worth it just in case we draw Dark Control to wait.
Okay. I buy that.
But I don't think it's
yeah.
very small percentage.
Not 99% of the time here, we're, well, all right, maybe like 90% of the time we're probably playing against like a traditional Death and Taxes deck. Like there's other things that could happen here, but that's probably what's happening. Oh.
Nope. Nope.
Well. Okay.
Oh, it's the Yorion Bomberman.
Well, well, this Karn is going to be good, basically.
Yeah.
So,
I think you just jam. They might have a Force of Will, but you just take it on.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely jamming. I think I want to Chrome Mox imprint Hagra Mauling.
Yeah, just post board. Sometimes you can keep Mauling just because Edict's not the best against Psi, but it's unlikely they're going to Psi next turn. Yeah.
Jam. Yeah, they've got the Force. That's okay. We'll sudden Edict the Emery next turn. Not that there's any way we could have known this, but our Chalice is definitely on the wrong number for this matchup.
Yes. But post board will Chalice and Zero's even better against them. No, they're more affinity-ish.
This is a deck I haven't personally played against. Not in its current iteration, anyway. Have you played against the Orion, like Bomberman artifact deck?
No, I just heard a lot of talk about it. Oh man, we gotta.
Oh, that's super inconvenient. JK, everything's fine.
So yeah, we just jam Curse, and that should be enough. Like Curse deals with. So because of weird layer issues, Curse does not actually deal with counters very well. It doesn't get rid of counters. So the Ballista and Scary Murktide Regents won't die to the Splendor, but Splendor will mop up the tokens pretty easily.
Yeah.
Royale away the beat list.
Yeah, this is fine. Like, we can just get Curse of Death's Hold the first time if we want, and that can kill the Walking Ballista.
Yeah. So only consideration is, do we lose in this situation if we draw Splendor right now? And I think no. So I think you're right to get the Death Hold.
So the Urza Saga token will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It will take
Actually,
7.
yeah, it's a little dicey to me. Maybe you just get the Splendor because it turns off the.
It also, yeah, turns off the Emery, turns off the Walking Ballista ability.
Yeah, and if it takes a little bit longer to kill their 2/2, then so be it. It will pop the Ballista.
Yeah, that's fine, but it'll save us a lot of other
headaches.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so our opponent didn't make the construct in response there.
Extra punish. They'll still
Yeah.
get the search ability, but I'm not too scared.
Yeah, now we just get to like clear both of these both of these creatures too. If we even need to.
Yeah, I think you can take the 3 life to wait and see. But we're probably okay here. I don't think they would need.
Yeah, that's a rough realization.
I've done that to a lot of thespian stage players, but I have never done it to an affinity player yet.
That feels good. Yeah, so searching a Retrofitter Foundry here doesn't matter because I can't actually activate it.
Yeah, I think we can take the 3 life and just wait and see. Because the only way we're losing is if we have a borrower. I think we can take the 3 this turn and then 1 next turn.
Yeah, okay. The opponent kind of realizes they're not in good shape.
So this is an interesting matchup. Force of Will is very good against us, but they were now that it's gone even more affinity-like and even more 0-drops Chalice and Transfer is amazing. So I find they often have Psi post board, which is somewhat of a pain for some Edict. So
Yeah, I think I want some number of Plague Engineers to just like stop smaller creatures from attacking in and stop Psi.
yeah, Sphere of Annihilation is also sometimes nice because it's better against construct tokens in engineering.
Yeah, so we probably want to leave a sphere in the board to wish for, but I'd be fine with boarding one in.
Yeah, that's what it's too.
So what's not good here?
A few of the edicts, I would say. Some of the edicts are nice to kill at turn 1 Enemy, but kind of have ley line for that.
Okay. So you said you like Trinisphere in this matchup, right?
I assume if there's a Bomberman version, it'll be good. But in the past, when there were more big mana, it was kind of iffy.
Okay.
Chalice on 0 is insane. Yeah.
Is Trinisphere good on the draw?
Maybe not on the draw because the main problem.
But like maybe for the game on the draw, we do something like that. Oh, I need one more.
Yeah, I like that.
And then on the play, we'll play Trinispheres and kind of muck with some of the numbers in a different way.
Mm-hmm. Opposition Agent is kind of interesting against Saga since it's a forced search, but I don't think it's worth it for just that. But if we see fetches in Tundra, maybe it would be worth trying.
So this is just a Force of Will check hand where we have Curse of Misfortunes on turn 1 if they don't have Force of Will.
Yeah, I think we just YOLO.
I agree.
The deck doesn't have the best blue count anyways, and would like to play blue card on turn 1. And if they force using their blue card, and it is an 80 card deck too, so
yeah,
I think it's worth burning the city, and you just YOLO it. The only decision is do you want to keep your Hagra or your Edict as removal. I think.
I think I want to keep the sudden edict. What do you think?
Close. Edict means you don't have to lose your city. Mauling plays better around Sky. And if they don't have a counter spell, you're already winning.
I'm going to junk this.
Yeah, I think you would check the higher Mauling, but it's closer than it looks.
All right.
YOLO. Hope they don't have Force Will.
Do you have it? Nope. They probably don't have very many reasons, or sorry, very many ways to get that out of play.
Yeah, I don't. I think this is a version with almost no white, or maybe no white. I've seen some versions of Teferi, but I don't. It doesn't look like their mana base supports white.
Okay. That's
scary, but we can deal with
fine. What is it? The big curse makes them sacrifice a planeswalker, right?
Yeah. So yeah, you'd probably want to do that. And I don't think they have any flash creatures, so you should probably.
Is it better to actually just get Overwhelming Splendor? Because that stops it from activating anyway.
It doesn't stop loyalty abilities because this is back when planeswalkers were.
Oh, right.
The theme of the thing.
Yeah.
So I would do Cruel Reality. The only thing you're worried about right now is if they already have a coding and stuff. Most people don't know the rules, but if they animate your curse with something and then turn it into a, it's not going to happen in this game. But the way Karn can kill curses by if they're an artifact by turning them into a creature and then they fall up to state.
Oh, that one's neat. I didn't know that one. I think I'm gonna pull.
I don't think I've only seen someone use it against me once. I can go smoothie twids like the good Carlos float guy, but I don't think they have enough time to do that because they need to get a lattice and a Karn into play at the same time. Usually you beat lattice because they have to downtick for the lattice, they put it into play and then they're Karned up. But if they already have it in play, then they can up to win. They don't usually do that against me.
That's not too big of a deal right now.
No.
It would be a bigger deal if our opponent had more mana. But like they're gonna get one activation in this turn cycle. And then we get either the Urza or the Construct token from Cruel Reality. Oh, fuck. That's not actually all that bad.
Well, I guess that's one reason to play that Cruel Reality instead of Splendor. Do you sack the Urborg or the land?
I think I sacked the Urborg because I want to make another land drop and then play City so that I can get back to 5 mana.
Yeah, I think that's the best option.
Super weird land situation here. We'll Edict away one of those, and then Cruel Reality the other. Man, what a wild situation. Like, in the 80 card deck to spin Urza and hit an Echoing Truth there.
Yeah. One pretty crazy. I would have sacked the Construct in it. Span. There's another time.
Alright, so that's the Yorion going to hand. Okay, that's fantastic. So that means I have Curse of Misfortunes next turn.
Yeah, the tomb looks great there. And Okay, that looks a little scary for there, but since they whiffed on the draw last turn, I think we're kind of locked it up.
Yeah, so like now we're not super soft to just like another Echoing Truth bouncing one thing or something. Yeah, that's
They
fine.
might.
So they can double creature this turn, but that's not super scary for me. That also very notably puts them to 9, so it will shorten the cruel reality clock.
But then they will get 4 life damage into next turn.
Yeah, and they might end up equipping as well.
Or 5. Oh, the Retrofitter is actually pretty good here.
All right.
Try it again. So I think we got this bag unless they get another Echoing Truth right now.
I agree. Yeah, that land is not what they want. They get to Shadow Spear to keep themselves alive for a little while longer, but then we kill the Yorion. They're not going to be able to activate activated abilities anymore. And I do think I am going to start with Overwhelming Splendor. It just stops so many things.
Yeah, stops a lot of scary things. And also, they have a lot of creatures that make more creatures.
Oh, sick. Okay, so we get to Chalice on 0.
Weirdly, you can't play both Leyline and Retrofitter. Even though I think Retrofitter is probably better.
I think so.
I don't
Maybe that's not true. Like maybe the only way we lose is to some random Bomberman-esque situation.
Yeah, I guess they could hardcast Echo. Right now.
Regardless, I'm not super worried about like actually finishing the game. Like Rural Reality plus a Curse of Fool's Wisdom is probably going to do that in about 2 turns.
Mm-hmm. Curse of Fool's Wisdom is a bad card, but actually, that was something you mentioned on one of your videos doing this about a year ago. That just having a backup really matters.
Yeah, no trigger for the Trinket Mage. Is this the concession point? Oh, nope. They're gonna let me put all my curses into play. Just kill it. Make them take the 5.
The Infinite Plague Wind combo is just usually the best option.
Okay. Yeah, and there's the concession. GG's. All right. It's round 3 now. We have sort of an odd opening hand in that like we've got a good Urza Saga start, but we also have this Overwhelming Splendor. I am inclined to keep this hand. What about you?
I'm inclined to keep. I usually don't look people up while I'm playing leagues, but I think Lemasters might be a dredge player. So then this hand looks even better than normal.
Right.
And then I would just we're on the plan of hope Leyline's good enough and make a bunch of constructs really fast.
Yep. And I am just going to go ahead and imprint this Overwhelming Splendor. We can't get it into play.
Yeah. The only punish is turn 1 ending, but I'm not even sure if that's a good play for the opponent. And I also do think they're a graveyard deck, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
Apparently not.
So we are probably playing against a brew of some kind here. Yeah, I mean the plan doesn't change. Make constructs beat face.
The only exception is if next turn we top deck a black card, I think you'd want to use Saga in Crystal Vein mode instead of making a second construct.
Yep. So maybe we're playing against like an Urza Saga Stoneblade deck. I think I remembered somebody on Twitter posting. Okay. With that draw, we'll just make another Duder and pick up a Retrofitter Foundry.
The only consideration is, do we go all in on beats by imprinting Curse so we can make a Servo?
I don't know if we're gonna get to 5 mana before like this game is over in one direction or the other.
Okay. Do you want to go more all in and Chromox as a?
I think I do.
Sure.
Like
Okay.
the curse is very good, but I think our opponent is going to die in 2 or 3 turns to Urza Saga beats.
Yeah, and even if they dress down, making a bunch of 1/1s might be a good thing. So far, we haven't actually cast a single counterable spell, the Chromox, so they could very likely have a magic too. The
Okay.
only
All right.
consideration is it does. Oh, yeah, that I forgot. Do
Mm.
we give them a card, or is the server worth more than a card? Probably. We're winning this on tempo. Maybe we just let them have it. What do you think?
4, 5. God, it's so awkward.
I think we just let them have a card because
I
you get a
am. I'm gonna pay for this, and then I'm gonna play
Okay.
the second Chrome Mox
You don't have
and
to pay.
imprint then.
Okay.
So that'll be an attack for 6, which will put them to 14. And then I'll have a lethal theoretical attack the next turn still.
Oh, okay. I wasn't thinking the combat math, but you're perfectly right. You don't have to pay for the second one.
Yeah.
If you play it this turn. Yeah.
Yeah, so the only place this gets awkward is if our opponent has like something like a Swords to Plowshares into Prismatic Ending or something like that and answers both constructs. Then I'm gonna wish we had the curse.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully Retrofitter Foundry will be good enough to get over the finish line.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you make that block if you have removal.
Yeah, I agree.
Just hope they can't cantrip into a dress down. I think we got it.
Your name? Trinket Mage.
Another.
Oh, ooh. He's pretty good.
Well, that counters the E. That's awesome.
Oh, that's so fucking good. Oh my god.
Oh,
Ah.
boo. Well, Turtle Spear has definitely been the MVP.
Alright, so we're losing 5 permanents here.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little rough. Okay.
Saga.
That's I guess this is just their like Trinket Mage and maybe also Urza Saga based value card. All right. My Retrofitter Foundry going to get Pithing Needled. Honest deck is wild.
Yes. This is definitely not what I had in mind when I was considering going all in on
Yeah, same.
that. One deck is cool though.
I was expecting more like Swords of Plowshares, Prismatic Ending sort of stuff. Like the Fairy was definitely in the wheelhouse of stuff that I was thinking about. But
Yeah.
All right.
They're kind of running on empty too. They'll get a Saga. Kind of slow. We can definitely win if he tops. We have lots of big things in our deck to talk about, but
Oh, I bet the Expedition map fetches Urza's Saga. That's probably what's going
yeah.
on.
Mm-hmm. So,
Okay. I mean,
sure. Oh, they recycle it. They avoid the recycle anyway.
okay, they've gone real deep on the Trinket Mage and Urza's Saga package. All right, well, got my own.
Even have a fairy to win the Saga Mirror.
Yeah, between like the Teferi and the spell bombs here, they're probably pretty far ahead now.
Yeah, but they're at tournament, so we're just in the stay alive until we can jam something. Point of view. See if they, hopefully they don't have too big. But at least we got our second round.
No, can't make the attack. Yeah, this is scary, and I don't know like what else they're going to have via Urza's Saga.
Yeah, I think these guys are pretty crazy, so just activating our response.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to get got by a second Pithing Needle. Like I'm absolutely playing around second Pithing Needle given like what I've seen already.
They can have absolutely anything.
I'm expecting it to be Retrofitter Foundry. Oh,
Brainstone.
uh,
And that explains why they've done the ley line.
this.
That's quite.
Uh, so in good news, like the ley line's back in play, so we don't have to deal with like recurring spellbomb forever. But like in bad news, this is a lot.
And we're dead to the second Saga is going to kill us very, very fast.
Yeah,
But
I think I'm just gonna take a chump here.
yeah.
I don't think I'm going to successfully trade with their constructs.
Yeah, that's way at least.
Eh.
Yeah.
So I can get a Chrome Mox. I'm fine with imprinting this Dark Ritual.
Mm-hmm. Really bounced.
Oh no, there's more. Oh no,
Very
they're just
good.
gonna Brainstone probably. Oh no, they're going for the map. Okay. Well, okay, I guess I shouldn't concede because like we can just top deck Karn and then play a Helm or something like that. But I expect to lose from here very handily.
Yeah, they have another Saga. Very cool deck though.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's literal one draw step, right? Like I take 12 here and then it's lethal.
Or just dead. I don't.
Yeah, so I can Karn and play Helm, but I can't activate Helm.
Yeah, we're one mana short.
So it was actually a
Yeah.
mistake to imprint Dark Ritual. Okay, did not matter. It feels like we're kind of playing a pseudo mirror where the opponent has like all the removal, and we're just like,
Yeah, so they obviously went deeper on Saga than I did. So I found obviously in the mirror looks pretty bad, but not losing outright too much. So spheres are very nice in the Saga mirror.
Yeah, I like the spheres.
They have an insane amount of tutoring, so opposition is very good.
I think our chalices are still good. They're a little awkward. I think we keep them.
Seems like they have a lot of one drops. Plow, all these
Yeah.
are good.
And like the needles and stuff that they're just gonna draw some portion of the time. I want opposition agent for sure.
So I think the best board ins are one of the spheres, the agents, and the needle. Maybe torp.
Is Torpor Orb good enough? Like it's Trinket Mage, but Trinket Mage is like finding EE and stuff.
Yeah, I think the needle is better than the torp.
Yeah. All right, so what's not great?
Um, they seem very token heavy. So maybe
Yeah, like go down on these and hope that like we are able to stick a curse or get an early strong start that bowls them over.
yeah, because the only we don't care about killing the trinket mage, and the panel isn't really a big deal either.
All right, let's try this. I'm not super hopeful that we can win this matchup. Hello. That's pretty good.
YOLO opposition agent? No.
Yeah, I think I'm absolutely gonna just play like probably first main phase, just opposition agent.
Yeah, I think it's good. They have just so much tutoring. I like it. Yeah.
And shutting down the graveyard also just does have some amount of value.
Mm-hmm. So like a moderately fast box.
Okay, I mean we got a 2-for-1. That's fine.
Yeah. And then Saga's like not a horrible plan B.
No, the
Sure.
I mean that's fine. Okay, so the plan next
Yeah.
turn is
The
Karn.
plan this turn is Karn.
Oh, all right, we still have a Dark Ritual. Hot damn.
So they just exiled a Force of Will, so this is that. Do you have a third Force of Will check? And you just and even fixes for Saga, you can get Vault.
Nice.
Now the only question is Vault or coding.
I think I want coding.
Okay, yeah, I think that's useful. You miss out on one construct, but killing all their lands forever is probably better.
Yeah. You can win the game eventually with like a 1/1 token or some bullshit if your opponent can't do anything.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No. This is completely
What a fucking reversal of fortune. Ugh. All right. I play this. I don't get a construct this turn. I can still play liquid metal coating.
So if we port Saga, they still make the token on our turn.
Yeah,
No, it's not. It's not actually a port. That's why it doesn't.
Yeah, it just turns it into an artifact.
And then they make it on our turn. So I guess it might make sense to do the blue source.
This isn't randomly going to destroy Urza Saga, right? No, it's in addition. I'm going to port them off the blue then.
Yeah. Because actual port is tapped on your own turn, so it does stop the construct. Better this one is.
All right. So in good news, if our opponent doesn't respond to this, we're just going to shut off Urza Saga. Okay, they responded.
probably still worth it since we have
Yeah.
extra gas in hand.
So no one gets to do cool things.
And actually, that makes our coding way better. Too.
So this is target permanent. So I can target one of my own permanents and turn it into an artifact to grow my construct token into a 4/4 if they make an attack in an attempt to kill this Karn.
Yes, that's a really cool line.
This is all just so strange. I love Legacy.
Yes. I really like this deck and deck like our opponents because as you talked earlier about on Eternal Glory about you only have realistic explanations of expectations of how much you're going to win, but at least even if we don't win, I find this deck is a hilarious game.
Yeah, the games are super interesting. They reward you for this deck in particular rewards you for a lot of weird rules knowledge about how spells are technically cast due to things like Trinosphere, and a lot of weird interactions pop up when you're playing like Karn and Lattice and coding.
Oh yeah, when Oko was in the format, I had to learn like level 2 judge levels knowledge base of layers basically, because you only have 2 humility effects going at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Understand. It's just
And when Oko was legal, there was also the sub game of, is this how it actually works, or is Magic Online wrong? Because that was a difficult game to play.
Yeah. The weirdest one I had was timestamp issues. So new elks were 3/3s, but old elks were 1/1s, depending on when the Thunder came in and the elks was made.
All right, is it gonna happen? Yeah, attack! Ah, now!
No, they figured it out.
Okay. Seems good to play this.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Any time until we can cast our first.
Yeah, I think we're currently favored.
I would have coded.
No, I don't want to coding one of their lands because then
yeah,
it increases their construct size.
Yeah, I forgot that they were getting another artifact this turn. Oh, well, that needle's definitely paying off.
Yes. Okay. Not great. I still think it's okay.
We have 7 soul lands. We're gonna draw them eventually.
It gets less okay when they just play an artifact on their turn and then they can have a 6/6. But it seems like they're kind of flooded. Oh, maybe not.
Very could be.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna take the extra life here.
Yeah, I like that one. What? Wow.
Losing out on Karn here kind of sucks. Yeah. We're just gonna chill for a minute. I'm a little bit worried that I am slipping away to the point where I'm starting to lose this game. This is gonna finish me off quickly if I don't end up dropping the Curse of Misfortunes into play. Like,
Curse does take a turn at least to stabilize.
yeah.
So you do need. Yeah,
I mean, this is a good distraction.
I might buy it.
Oh,
I think it's worth testing the Chroma.
yeah.
Just maybe they go.
I just need to play towards more lines that actually allow me to floop the Curse into play next turn.
Yeah. If you don't draw a mana source next turn, you're probably dead, but maybe.
Or I think we're dead anyway in a lot of cases.
Oh, they're getting another Saga. 7.
We're gonna take 8, and then okay, so they have, since they sacrificed an artifact, they have to play one more artifact in order for us to be dead the following turn.
Yeah, but
Or no, they're gonna get another artifact back off the Urza Saga. They got Caracas. Oh, they used all 4 sagas? No, there's 3.
I think Curse actually is too slow now, so we probably can't turn. Oh.
So we cast that, blow up a construct, and hope to top deck something else next turn.
Yep. I'd wait until that page just in case you can do it.
Yeah, make them use their mana on their turn.
Well, they might use their Brainstone, and then it can't be countered.
Alright, they still have enough mana up to counter.
Force play.
Alright, see if it works. Okay.
Me. Oh, no, they probably had a blue card.
Alright, GG's. That was a close one. Alright, round 4, we have a pretty awkward opening hand here. I want to mulligan this one. What do you think?
Yeah, it's slow. It doesn't do anything.
Okay. Like this hand.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go turn 1, Dark Ritual Trinisphere.
I think the only question is which land do you like least? Swamp is wastelandable. Urborg is really nice with all the tombs.
I think I want to pitch the second Ancient Tomb.
I think that's reasonable.
Alright, our opponent has mulliganed once. Oh, opponent says, big fan of the channel. Thanks for all the content you produce. You're in a video for next week. Good luck. Oh no, opponent mulliganed to 4. So when my opponent mulligans this low, I'm usually thinking that they're graveyard-based combo. And so a Trinisphere is pretty likely to end our opponent instantly, unless they've got something like a Chancellor, which they don't.
Yeah, I think my guess would be
Oh, no covered island. Maybe show and tell then? Rockdale doesn't usually mulligan that deep. Huh. I don't know.
You get in the Karn while it's uncountable, for sure.
Yeah.
My question is, coding's the best in a vacuum, but if you're thinking show and tell, sometimes bridge can be better.
I don't think it's show and tell anymore with bridge happening. I'm just going to grab the coding.
Yeah.
it probably ends the game the vast majority of the time, just one way or another.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like they're a lightning bolt deck. That would punish the card on 3. Sure.
Ah, all right.
Uh,
Do we let them draw cards? I think it's fine if they draw cards. It's like the liquid metal coating will be uncounterable still.
yeah, I think you let them draw the cards, and they can't play any more Say of Souls since they're just gonna die, and we don't really.
I think I take out the white source because it represents prismatic ending.
Yeah. Obviously, Prismatic Ending's better, but sometimes Sentinels also plays to Fairy because it kind of has a little combo with
We're also threatening a Mycosynth Lattice or Helm base kill pretty quickly.
yeah. So the punish to display would be like Fairy or Ending that coding, but then they are tapped out if we need to play something.
Oh no, friend.
That is
Oh no. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to bully the white mana here.
yeah, I like it. And then tapped.
Do I play this as a land? I think I play this as a land, because
Yeah, only thing would be like a meddling mate. But we have a lot of different.
it just represents the 6th mana for a lattice kill.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are playing against some sort of Esper standstill deck. I think I like opposition agents here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, you just want to. I was wondering if Plague Gear might be better than Edict just because playing board spin. I really like Needle as a Saga.
Needle for Shark Typhoon specifically, or just like also random things like Teferi, I guess.
Yeah, I just think if they have a standstill, they probably have a lot of activated.
Yeah, there might be things like Urza Saga in here. Although the Urza Saga with an Esper mana base like that would probably be rough.
But I think you can't play standstill with just Typhoon, right?
Probably not.
Not big.
I think I
Okay.
want to do something like that. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. The only consideration is are we sure that if there's a possibility that Leyline has no text?
Oh, that's interesting. And so we just like remove the Helm kill from the equation, and we do something like this instead.
Yeah, that would be the idea. You just
Okay,
Helm kill is good against control, but if the Leylines are doing it, yeah.
sure. Let's try this. Yeah, I think if we had main deck Helms, like we wouldn't board that out or anything. But like with things looking like they're looking, I think this is fine, and I think this is a good hand.
Yeah. Again, yeah, definitely against some matchups, I main deck Helms feel really good, but against blue, Saga is just so nice having them.
Our opponent is going really deep on mulligans again.
Yeah, I'm not really.
I'm unsure if they're looking for a very specific sort of hand or if they're just mulliganing like too aggressively. It like without knowing what their hands look like, it's so hard to tell. But they went to like 4 last time and 5 this time.
Yeah, like Dan's Soul doesn't seem like the deck you want to mulligan a lot.
Okay.
These are trading.
Since I have 5 mana, not counting Hagra Mauling, I don't think I play this tapped here. I think I just play Swamp and pass.
Yeah, the point of mauling is land smoothing that doesn't conflict with chalice. So you already have lots of mana. I think it's very makes sense to keep.
So It's a little interesting if our opponent does that.
We haven't really seen any standstill threats, so I think it's reasonable to just make land drops. We also like making land drops a lot, especially with no dark ritual in hand. Maybe just play 2, hold up Agent if we see a really good opportunity, but otherwise don't cast anything.
Yeah, I think I'm good with making land drops for a few turns. Because, like, we have Urza Sagas to draw towards.
Yeah, we have 4 Sagas. We also, this hand has no acceleration at all, so we actually really want to hit our land drops. Yeah, we have a bit of acceleration, but I think we're okay.
I'm going to play this tapped now, because we're going to play this draw-go game for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That is not casting that, is it?
We could have stolen the Tundra there, which are kind of interesting. But I don't
Huh. All right. So I think in this next turn cycle, I'm going to be cracking anyway. I'm going to end of turn opposition agent. I was going to do this. I kind of wish that I had done it in response to the plane cycling now, but I didn't realize until afterwards that this was like related to casting, or was not casting. All right, so this is 5 mana, 6, 7 mana.
Can we transfer plus?
Now we're 1 short. That requires 8. I think the plan is just like one has 6 cards. I think we just like resolve a Trinisphere or 2 this turn, and then play an uncounterable curse next turn.
The question is, do we want to curse now and then transfer your curse, or double transfer this turn?
Yeah, I guess we could just try to curse now.
The double transfer might burn through more counters, but
I'm gonna go for the double Trinisphere line. I don't want my opponent to like cantrip and set up and do all sorts of crazy stuff.
they also don't know that we don't have like some other sort of fast mana.
Yeah, this is also just much less vulnerable to like a single prismatic ending or Teferi effect or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of the things about standstill is if you negate the cards drawn in some way, the fact that your opponent has that card advantage isn't actually all that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Interesting.
what the hell? This is
So the reason
wild.
why this is very good, actually pretty good in our deck. I like it as a backup curse instead of Fool's Wisdom because it's easy to hard cast. However, the first line of text does not work at all on Magic Online.
Okay.
So if it flips, if they flip it back, it just dies.
Okay.
Bad. But they tapped out, so it's time to get.
All right. And I probably just hold this back.
I think you can keep him for 3. It's not going to flip on their turn.
Okay.
Because we cast a spell. But yeah, if it turns to night, then you'll probably have to shut off the leech.
Timeless Dragon is some cool tech for this deck. I like it.
Mm-hmm. I think it's mostly just Shark Typhoon 5/6. That definitely helps on the consistency there.
I think they probably need to bounce this here. Another. Oh, replenish.
Ah. They gotta have Shark Typhoon then. So what's the least likely to die?
I think we have to turn this into a 1/1.
Yeah, that also has the advantage if we don't cast anything, it'll make the leech into a 2.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to go land and then play a new Curse of Misfortunes.
Yeah, then
I don't know. We could just Cruel Reality, make them sacrifice the Timeless Dragon. Although, if they have a Shark Typhoon, that gets us.
yeah, I think I like Slender. It's going to be really close with the life drain, but I think it should be okay and just hold up the Asian as well.
And then next turn, we get, like, the ability to kill all of their creatures. Yeah. So now this doesn't have flying or anything, so this can just
Yeah,
be the defender.
it's going to be really close, but if either person doesn't, I think we can actually, if we don't cast this, I think the day night doesn't count the opponent, it only counts the person who's turn it is. So I think Cruel Reality, don't cast anything, wipes the board. But
Ooh.
we're dead.
Yep. Yeah, so this has flying again, unfortunately. Rats. Yeah,
Cruel
so
Reality played against that, but then you're right, you lose to like a shark.
yeah, we played around one thing and lost to another. That's totally
Yeah,
fine and reasonable.
yeah, that's fine.
So now that we know about the plane cycling thing, do we want the ley lines back in the deck?
Uh, first real question: does the embalm copy the like? Is the sphere a 6-mana answer to dragon or a 1-mana?
Without the text of the other card in front of me, I'm not exactly sure.
You might want to sphere might be better than Tiny because it also kills the fairy.
Okay, let's make this substitution. And what do you think about the ley lines?
I guess replenish plus Eternal Dragon. It seems probably pretty good.
I think I'm gonna make that substitution.
We had no idea what they were doing in game one, so I think it's for deck to assume that they didn't have any graveyard stuff going on.
Chromox is
like
non-artifact, right? Non-artifact, so I can't imprint this.
Yeah. I think it's fine. Giving an answer to a threat, your chalice on 1. Curse of Deathsold is nice, but not essential to beat them.
This hand's kind of medium, I think. Like, we're gonna imprint the curse, so we're gonna lose access to that. Like, our turn 1 is like this, curse. Or, sorry, chalice.
Yeah, it's like not.
I
That,
think we're keeping it, but I don't think the hand is great.
I think it's better than most 60s by a lot, but it's not the best selling.
So our opponent is mulliganing again. They're at 6 currently. I think their strategy is very centric on starting with a standstill.
Maybe the Chroma is the place then.
All right, so we've got a chalice. An opposition agent would be a sick top deck or any soul land.
Mm-hmm. Rounded.
That's just purely fetching around opposition agent, which I respect. Oh, are they just straight up going for turn 1 standstill?
Called shot.
Oh!
Turn 1 to fairy. Ooh, spicy. I think we take Imprint Forceful any day.
Oh. Turn 1 Curse of Leeches.
Okay. I don't like that play, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy to just play a Trinisphere here.
yeah. Like, I'm the person, if it worked, I would play Curse of Leeches and try to turn 1 it, but it's a lot less when you're only using 1 Chronox to cast it instead of 2.
Oh!
Very happy.
This is super interesting. Okay, so like that's supposed to. Oh, they have Curse of Misfortunes as well.
Oh man, this is replenish curses.
Oh god, this is disgusting though.
Okay, I think Trinisphere wins this league. Because,
Yeah,
yeah.
so well,
If you want, you can get a coding and do the aura trick.
oh, that's true.
If it doesn't, it might flip those turns because he's not cast.
So
Just,
it flips back if I cast 2 things, right?
yeah, but Sphere for Extra 3 also kills it.
All right. I just grab like Ensnaring Bridge. When does this trigger? Your upkeep.
Okay. Yeah, so the question is, do you use Bridge or do you just Sphere this turn plus on their Chromox and then go down and just accept what you're taking, losing 4 loyalty?
That's fine. Um, yeah, I think just blowing up the Chromox is probably fine.
It also wipes any Planeswalkers they play on the turn, unless it's a fairy bell.
Yeah, this is fine. And like Karn's still at high enough loyalty to tutor again.
Yeah, uh, this plan gets the Helm combo line as fast as possible. A little awkward if they Teferi this here.
Ooh, yep.
But in that case, I think you can just get Helm and then play the Sphere again and it wipes both things. And then your Karn's dead, but it's kind of dead. Alternatively, you get a. So yeah, you can either get the Helm for the fast Helm, then board wipe, leyline Helm, or you get the bridge and try and keep the Karn.
Yeah, I think I'm fine grabbing the helm here.
You already killed both Moxes, so the Karn passes. And getting rid of the Teferi is definitely really nice.
All right. That's fine. Like I'll take this 2 for 1. Well, Karn was better than that. Like Karn blew up 2 Chrome Mox, which like in addition to those 2 permanents is also the 2 cards that were under it. It gained us 8 life.
Like and that's one thing I really like Karn in Helm Leyline and Karn. Like sometimes people say Karn's going to win by itself, but there are situations where you can't protect the Karn. But in this case, Karn still won. It's insane.
Ooh. I actually don't think that's that big of a deal.
question is, does Teferi take up in time to bounce? The answer is no.
Yeah, all I need to do is draw one land. The next turn, as long as I have a land, I get Helm activate. Otherwise, they can bounce one of the pieces. And then we'll just play it again and kill the following turn. I guess counter spells can be a little awkward at this point if they just hold up their mana.
Mhm. They haven't had any cantrips, so
Yeah, they've got one card. It has to be like Force of Negation.
Yeah. But we've made them have an answer every turn for 3 turns in a row. So
All right, so they'll get to bounce, but I'm gonna force them to do it.
yeah, I think killing the Teferi is worth that.
Okay. One to exile there. Junk lands. Yep. It's surprising how little we care about this 4/4.
Yeah.
Opponent does have 3 cards now, though, so there is a more realistic chance that something could happen. I mean, that's 3 more looks at a force.
But they can't use it. So Spear coming in clutch again.
Yep. GG's. And that'll do. We get to take a full look at their deck real quick, which I'm actually interested to do because I had some cool things. Yeah, so it looks like they got Misfortune, Curse of Death's Hold.
Sweet.
Okay, so it looks like just a 2-card package. Yeah, neat deck.
Cool.
Oh no, there is Overwhelming Splendor. GG's and good luck with the rest of the league. GG's to you as well. All right, we're here for the final round. We are probably playing against Infect. We have the ability to lead on a Chalice on 1 on turn 1. What do you think about this hand?
I do sort of like it, especially against Infect, but I'm always a little bit leery of keeping hands without any payoffs.
Yeah, this is a hand where essentially, like, if he kept a hand that is based around like cantrips and glistener elves, we win, and if they just loop Blighted Agent into play on turn 2, we lose.
And also Leon's amazing.
I think this one could go either way.
I think you in this one, but
All
like
right.
I want to say it's horrible.
So our second hand here has a Sudden Edict, which is really quite good in the matchup, and is pretty close to just doing a Curse of Misfortunes. I think we keep this and pitch the Karn.
Yeah, I think you pitch the Karn or the Curse and imprint.
And sorry, imprint what?
We want. I think we need Hagra and Dark Ritual for mana, so I think you imprint the leyline here.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Promox. Imprint this. Play this. And then next turn, if we draw a mana source, we have Dark Ritual, Curse of Misfortunes. All right. Gonna go to my turn. That's not a great draw. I'm gonna just wait on Sudden Edict.
Yes, because the split second's so good, we can make, unless they play a Noble Knight.
Yeah, I have to just respond to that.
Yeah. And again, having a 2-drop that can't be so. Sort of like having a fun drop.
Okay. I don't think I'm gonna play around days here.
Yeah, I don't think it's good.
We had another land in hand already. Like, maybe we get the luxury of doing that, but like in the situation that we're in, I think we're very much not favored. So I want to just try to end the game, and that's the thing that attempts to end the game the best. Are we playing this as a land, or are we keeping this?
Well, we can't cast it right now. You want to? I think killing the Smith important. I would keep it. The only question is, can we wait a turn?
Oh, we might not be able to.
Yeah, I think you just cast.
Yeah, so in case you're not familiar with the text of this one, it costs 1 less if an opponent does not have basic lands.
Roll for actual murder.
Fuck. All right.
So it does kind of look like our first hand would have been good, but I still think it was the right call not giving.
Oh yeah, I absolutely agree. So in good news here, all of the infect creatures have been errated to Phyrexians in addition to their original creature types. So Plague Engineer is absolutely absurd in
Plague
this
Engineer was
matchup.
already really good against them, but now that it hits that Ink Moth Nexus, especially, which is a little bit hard for the deck to deal with, it's just insane. I don't think I've actually played against the Rod.
I have, and it was disgusting.
Yeah.
All right. This is the point where we're effectively dead. Because any pump spell is now going to be lethal. And they have 5 cards in hand, like. Oh, okay.
Going for the force backup again.
Yeah, that's legit. Like, there are some things like Sudden Edict that they can't easily stop.
No.
All right.
Hey,
That'll do. All right. So I like Plague Engineers. Bureau of Annihilation is probably fine. I'll probably board in both. Pithing Needle is fine to board in. Opposition Agent is maybe playable, but I don't know if we're going to have slots. What don't you like here?
I think we just get monoblack control, take out the ley line, and maybe even the Karn, and just throw in all that removal you have highlighted.
Yeah, so that gives us this, and we still have 3 cards that we would like to board in.
I think, Karns for those and the bridges. Or the vault, probably the bridge, though.
Yeah, sounds
He does
good.
run force. He does run force.
Yeah. Opposition Agent is playable, but I don't think it's actually better than any of the other stuff that's here. I'll go ahead and submit this. This is unexciting, but probably reasonable. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay, so our opponent has taken a first mulligan. Is fine. It's the cards like Dazes and Spell Pierces, if our opponent is playing that are going to be the roughest against us because we have a couple of big expensive things. Okay, I mean that's great. So we're likely to get a lot out of our mana on turn 2 with a sudden Edict. I think we're going to be playing Ancient Tomb next turn, so that if we spike a Soul Land the following turn, we can just slam a Curse of Misfortune. Our life total is unlikely to matter very much in this matchup. Alright, that's no shuffle. Ooh, that's interesting. I think we still just play Ancient Tomb. We're in pretty good shape from here. Nice. I'll sudden edict that away. There's still the Ink Moth. Like, that's definitely a thing that exists that I'm going to have to... Yeah, you can't activate that, unfortunately. Good stuff. I see. It looks like Reeplcheep has lost connection here. I think I am just going to make a land drop and pass here. Alright. So there's a very real chance that I could start to get hit by something here. Dark Ritual is a fantastic draw. Now I can play around Daze effects. I can still die in this turn cycle, but now I play around like both Daze and Spell Pierce. And if this does resolve, I am pretty likely to win. This is going to be a Brainstorm. My opponent will be able to look for one of their Force of Wills or Force of Negation if they are playing for it. Or if they are playing it. Okay, they found Force of Will. We successfully played around Daze, but that was not good enough here. So we'll see if I die either this turn or next turn. Opponent did not activate Inkmoth Nexus here, which makes me think I'm about to take a lot more damage. Okay. So I need to resolve this curse. Sudden Edict isn't really going to do anything. I am going to go ahead and play the Chrome Mox and put the curse under it. And we'll see if I get another turn. If I do get another turn, I'm golden. And now. Veil of Summer. Veil of Summer gives my opponent hexproof, meaning that I am not getting what I want. I thought my opponent might have like another Brainstorm or something since they didn't use the Tropical Island to fire off Inkmoth Nexus last turn. But I am dead next turn. a Plague Engineer off the top would be fantastic. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This doesn't interact with Infect at all. That means that I am just going to be dead. GG's here. So overall thoughts on the deck list? Pretty good. Like this was a competitive league. We did relatively strong things pretty consistently. Unfortunately, Reeplcheep couldn't join us for the very end here. His headphones ended up dying. They la vie, so it goes. I don't think I have any major recommendations for the deck list. This deck list felt smooth, and this was definitely one of the better iterations of Curses that I've ever played. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button before you go. It's the easiest way to support my content for free. If you're new here, consider subscribing. And if you really want to support my channel, consider doing a donation deck list. The queue is a little low right now. Have a great rest of the day. See ya.